Hey, before we kick things off, we want to talk about the presenting sponsor of this show. That's Miller Lite. Actually, Megan, you're here.
I'm here.
Summertime Shy. Miller Lite. It's like a match made in heaven. You are soon going to find out.
I'm excited.
Good.
The weather here has been absolutely beautiful thus far. Besides one day. I'll say one day it was kind of cold and rainy, but
Yeah.
Today
today wasn't
probably yesterday
It wasn't
too.
that bad today.
Yeah.
It wasn't that great. It wasn't like a beautiful summer Chicago day where you're just like,
no.
you walk outside and you're like, the only thing that can make this better is a Miller Lite.
We're not in the clear till July, Megan.
Last time I was here for my first Cubs game, it was it was a great day for a Miller Lite.
There you go.
It was fantastic.
But it's always a good day. It just depends on the vibe. Like the vibe just changes. It goes from grilling and, to a bonfire.
Happy beers, sad beers.
Right? To a chimney, Dave.
This
right?
is one of those, this is Miller Lite weather where you stick
Fire.
the extra can inside your hoodie pocket.
Yeah.
That's the kind of Miller Lite we're dealing with right now.
Perfect.
Yeah.
It's perfect. So with a Miller Lite in your hand, summer doesn't just taste great. It tastes like Miller time. To get Miller Lite delivered right to your door, visit MillerLite.com/redline, or you can find it pretty much anywhere that sells beer. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces. All right, Bimang, welcome to the Mid Show, presented by Miller Lite. As you just heard, Megan Making Money is joining us. She is really the first full-time content person to join.
Am I? That's really exciting.
Right? Like Spider's the other one, but Spider's like half and half.
Yeah.
But so welcome.
Thank you so much. I'm really excited to be here. Obviously, we're going to move offices at some point, but I wanted to make sure to get up here and establish some roots.
You wanted to form a bond with us.
Exactly.
And the bond being that before, like 3 minutes before we hopped on mic today, you were telling Dave that he would enjoy breast milk.
Well,
So
we brought up creamer, and he's like, "Oh, is that the little cups on the counter? I love the taste of those things." I'm like, "You'd probably love breast milk
Why,
as well."
it's
Is that what it tastes like? Breast milk?
No, breast milk is sweeter. It tastes like cereal milk.
really?
Yeah.
Like Cinnamon Toast Crunch milk?
Well, not specifically, but like if if you had like frosted flake milk.
I'm in. I'll drink gallons of it then.
There's no cinnamon in breast milk?
I mean, there could be a hint.
I mean,
Weirdly,
in.
you
I
saying
don't-
Frosted Flakes worked perfect.
Yeah.
I'm in.
You're in.
I
try
thought
it?
I just no, I haven't.
No,
If
you would. No.
If it tastes like Frosted Flakes milk, yeah.
I guess it really depends on her diet. If she eats like a ton of like broccoli, it could taste kind of more broccoli-ish.
A little different.
Yeah,
Dude,
it
then
could
I'm
taste.
We're talking about Kate specifically. So now you think you would drink Kate's breast milk if she offered and was eating Frosted Flakes?
No, you guys cut me off.
Way to make it
beforehand.
perverted, Chief.
I said I would try just breast milk as a whole. I wouldn't want to know who it came from or where it came from, especially a coworker.
So if there's any anonymous donors out there that would like to drop by some breast milk,
Yes.
Dave doesn't want to know who it's from.
But you wouldn't want to know what kind of mountain it was tapped from?
Let's call TaskRabbit right now.
No, I don't know that I would.
Really?
No, I'm just gonna nip this in the bud now because I know where this is going. No, I do not want to ever try breast milk.
You used to drink it.
But I will say the
You're
Frosted
curious.
Flakes, like comparison, that made it a little more enticing.
White Sox Dave's Thursday, January 15th,
Would
just
you-
flashed before his eyes where he walked in and there was going to be breast milk waiting for you. So you nipped it in the bud.
I feel like this could be. Big Ev had to shave his face.
Yeah, could be a good bet.
Yeah, but it would have to be something substantial, like 1,000, like it's a plus 1,000 bet that you're wrong on.
Is it that gross though, or is it just more like taboo than anything?
I think it's probably more taboo. I mean, we do drink milk from
Yes.
various other animals.
Correct.
Yeah.
So,
it's all pasteurized and like filtered and.
But I mean, the human body
Sugar added.
technically is like pasteurizing and filtering the milk. And it's also like if, say, baby is sick, the body adjusts the enzymes in the milk to.
No way.
I
Yeah.
did not know that.
So like,
The human body's unbelievable.
it's insane. So like
Yeah.
if your baby's sick, if you like are pumping, your breast milk looks more like a yellow color because it has all of like more fat and like nutrients for the baby.
Really?
Whoa.
Eggnog.
How
just blew everyone's
how
mind.
does that? How does it know the baby's sick?
It's just your bodies were connected at one point. So it's kind of
That's
just one of those like
fucking
crazy things.
unbelievable.
Telepathic powers.
Pretty much.
Breast milk, don't knock
That's
it until
awesome.
you've tried it.
That is awesome.
Wait, you've tried it?
Yeah, we all have.
Well,
You tried it, Danny?
don't
Yeah,
know.
when I was a baby.
You guys didn't know what he was getting at? He just made the same joke 3 times.
Oh, no, I didn't get it.
I
Sometimes
ignored
you
it.
say it louder, you get a laugh.
Can I
You're
make
right.
a statement on that joke?
What?
It absolutely fucking stinks.
It kind of stunk. It was so bad that no one even like batted an eye. But that's fine. We all do that.
Megan, how So you said how you have kids, right?
Yeah, I have two. I have two. That's how I know. I know all this stuff. Just
I know. I don't want to make this like some people get very touchy about that.
I know. I'm good with my kids are known. I'm good with how my husband's known. My kids are known.
Yes.
It's a very known thing.
Now, how many like days are you into kid 1 or 2 when you're like, I'm gonna try my own brand?
Well, the thing is like it's kind of they call it liquid gold because you can like if you are broken out or if there's like if you have like a scratch, you can also like put it on there to like heal yourself faster.
What?
Yeah,
what is that?
It's really insane. So, I would say, like,
And it works?
Yeah, 100% works. 100%.
Could heal a scratch.
It can. I mean, it's faster. I mean, like not. It's not like.
It's like a better Neosporin.
Way better. And
There's
cheaper.
a good chance you're talking
I'm learning
to
a
just
lot in the
3
first 5
morons,
minutes of
but
this
I
show.
feel like this should probably be some sort of common knowledge.
I feel like we should almost start having like breast milk farms now. If it
Just
can
start
do all these different
pumping
things.
Pumping a bunch of women.
I guess.
You got sperm farms, kind of.
Like have them have this baby
No,
and then
the-
take the baby away and then just start pumping and
Yeah, didn't that used to be a thing? They would have like wet nurses. Like
they do. Yeah, they do still have wet nurses.
And
Like,
it's like as long as you like are continually producing, you don't stop, right?
yeah, and
Isn't that the thing?
some women don't actually stop like lactating. Like it's,
Ever?
You have to get like a pill for it to like dry up because of your hormones.
Whoa.
Free milk.
Really?
Yeah, you three are sitting here just like
I've learned a lot.
That would get
I've learned-
perverted too fast, though, Chief.
Why?
I'd be like, "Oh, Chief scraped his knee again from rollerblading. He needs more breast milk."
Where's Megan?
Yes, exactly.
Now it's perverted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would get
Well,
be too
welcome to
much too
Chicago.
fast.
thank you. I appreciate
This is
it.
a great settling in conversation. And we got on it because you found out the ingredients to just half and half.
Well, yeah, because Fasoli is apparently a freak, and he was eating Rice Krispie treats with Coffee Mate caramel creamer.
No, was he really?
Rice Krispie
Yeah.
cereal.
Specifically.
Rice Krispie cereal. Sorry. So just a bowl and dump some caramel creamer in there from Coffee Mate, and I was like, "That's disgusting, like gross." Just without even knowing the background of creamer. Then somebody on Twitter was like, "Yeah, it's mostly oil." And I'm like, "That can't be right." Like I always thought like they just put preservatives or something in it to keep the dairy from going bad. It is. If you Google it, it says it's sugar, water, and oil, and then like some other shit. But
That's
there's
so
like
gross.
it is disgusting.
Yeah, I'm out. I'm out on cream.
And but you used to just do shots of it.
Yeah, like when I was growing, I
think every kid did
Nope.
love milk.
You've never had one shot of creamer from a restaurant like that?
I mean, I've poured it in coffee as an adult, but now I won't do that anymore. I'll be having it black if that's my option.
You've done that before, right?
I don't know if I have. I used to like play with them and like build towers with them
I
and
would do
stuff.
yeah, you do that, yeah.
But I don't-
I would do football plays. I would like line up the creamers against like the ketchups or something, or the sugar
that's
packets.
funny.
Yeah.
No, I usually because I would
But you've
like
never had one.
I don't think so because I would order. I was weird as a kid, so I would like order milk at restaurants.
I would too.
Weird.
Yeah,
But
milk's-
I
milk's
love
great.
like
Are you still
vitamin D
drinking
whole
milk?
milk. No, I stopped because if I buy gallons, gone in a day.
Really?
That's how much I enjoy drinking milk, like out of a glass. I know a lot of people think that's gross, but a lot of people, it's not weird to everybody. But I love milk.
It's not weird to everybody.
It's only weird if you think about it.
It is really weird if you think about it though.
Yeah, because it's like, give me that
From an-
cow's breast milk.
Yeah, I know.
It's another animal.
It's so refreshing.
But then you think about
it was
cheese.
Dukes.
Man.
I'm gonna say so refreshing.
Duke said it, and this is something I was gonna quote tweet, but I didn't feel like getting into it with the rest of the internet today. After like a hearty pasta dish or something, I love an ice cold glass of milk.
Did you ever put ice in your milk?
I was just about
No,
to
no,
ask
no.
that. My dad used to put ice in his milk.
I used to do that too.
Because you're bringing
See,
down the
that's
acidity.
Weird.
Is the milk acidic?
No,
It's lactic
the
acid,
pasta, the pasta is acidic,
Oh.
and you're bringing down with the milk.
Milk is lactose, lactic
I
acid.
know, yeah. Mhm. So
How would you be
Well-
bringing it down?
well, they say like if you have heartburn or something,
I don't
if you
think
drink milk, it'll
lactic
help.
acid and lactose are the same thing.
No,
are
they're
they?
not.
They're not.
Lactic acid is what builds up in your muscles,
muscles,
after
yeah.
you get sore.
I'm okay. You're right. I think milk is acidic though. The only thing that's not acidic or basic is water. It's everything can be a little.
I don't
like
know if
point-
that's true.
I don't think milk is acidic. I think it's like if you have like heartburn, you can drink
That's-
milk to coat your
yes.
esophagus.
That's what I'm saying. Yes, you never heard that.
I knew milk for if you have like a too spicy of a hot wing.
Yes, that's
It's
the same
slightly
thing.
It's the
acidic.
same thing, yeah.
It's
Slightly
slightly
acidic?
acidic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Same thing. Where if there's no Tums around, it's just
the natural acidity in milk is due to the presence of lactic acid, which is produced by the
Oh.
fermentation of lactose, milk sugar, or lactic acid bacteria.
You know a lot more about milk than anyone else here does.
I don't think that is correct. You just kind of gave us an entire biology lesson on women's tits.
That's true.
So
Well, I didn't specifically talk about the tits. I talked about what the tits made.
Yes.
the
Would you
does
like
it-
to speak about women's
Inside
tits?
the tit.
Would you
We
like
can
to
do that.
rank? Would you like to rank Barstool employees' chests?
I won't.
It's worked out before.
That is a one-way ticket to being another employee at the watch company.
I don't
And-
even know if that. I don't think you could,
Why not?
because there would be. There's Mincy's was unintentional. This would be intentional.
True.
Valid.
Yeah.
So do you want to sing? Do you want to sing some of your favorite songs instead?
I will also.
Dude, she's coming for your throat. She's laying booby traps left and right.
I'm trying
She's
to-
pun
Be a watch
intended.
salesman.
What did I listen? I was listening to Billy Strings this morning.
Oh yeah, not there.
Yeah, that wouldn't work. I'm trying to get canceled right now in case you guys can't deduce that at home. We were talking about Snoop Dogg today. You want to sing some Gin and Juice?
Good.
You're good?
I'm good.
Okay.
We were speaking of cancellations. I'm very interested in both of your takes, and you too, Megan. But did you see another thing from the rundown the other day that I did with Dave and Big K? We were talking about D3 football. So we talked about D3 football, and Dave's like, "If you play D3 football, you're a psycho." He's like, "What do you get out of that? Yada yada yada." You could pull up the whole clip, actually, Lance, please. And I'm very interested what you guys think of that.
Should I go?
Yeah.
It's impressive. I think you're nuts.
Well, you watched it
No, I
first.
think it's still like, oh, you
play
played,
D3? Who wants to play D3 football?
compete with the guys.
No, that's the worst sport. You have to be a psycho to just like D3 football. The amount of work that goes in for like nothing. No thanks on D3 football.
What if you win a national title, D3?
My school just did. Again.
Basketball?
want to be elite school.
Basketball, yes, 100% play basketball D3. Basketball, base, a lot of sports. Hockey, yes. Football, what goes into football? No.
I don't.
I see what you're saying.
What is it, Whitewater that's like the best team?
Are you kidding me?
UW White.
You did that intentionally. You did it. Did you have him pull this up just?
No.
True D3,
No.
you would know what that is.
And what's D2? Where's D2? You never
D2?
talk about D2.
No, D2 I can sort of see. They're on
But you never
ESPN.
talk about it. Can you name
No.
a D2 school?
Winona
Was
State.
it like the Georgia
Wait.
Southern at one point, D2?
You didn't watch
I
this?
don't know. There's that one AA. I don't.
Hold on. Winona State?
it-
That's
I know that
freaky.
there was a
Oh,
D2 like
That is weird.
That's freaky.
And you know I didn't watch it.
I know. That makes me think our brains are
You guys
somehow
spent too much
wired.
time together.
That's concerning. I just had a buddy who almost played there. That's why I said them.
I did
So
have a buddy-
thoughts on
our
that, Cody? Because a
quarterback
lot
played
of people were hot about it, which
I'm
I understand.
very torn.
I understand
First
it's a
of all-
very, and I didn't even really give my full take there.
Here's the other thing where Dave says he's making a distinction between sports. I actually think football might be the easiest sport to do D3.
I completely disagree.
You only have 9 weeks, 9 games, plus like a little bit of preseason time. If you're playing hockey, you're playing 36 games.
Dude,
your
your life
season
is-
is longer.
But
Your life is still.
I would
your
say
whole,
hockey
your
also.
whole second semester, like you can go off and do study abroad. You can do all your normal sorority, fraternity dances in the spring. If you're playing football, if you're playing
I don't know
basketball or
about
hockey,
that, dude. The
it
football
is
players are doing stuff in the off season too.
Yeah.
not.
What are you
not
talking
what
They
they're
have
about?
spring ball.
That-
Yeah.
Do you have? It's like a 2-week long practice. 2 weeks in the spring, maybe.
No,
It's an
dude.
entire month. You're wrong.
Okay, if
You
it's
don't
a
think
month,
Mountain Union and Whitewater are doing stuff year round?
You're doing it. You're doing
yeah,
it.
you're doing like a weight program, but it doesn't like dominate every single weekend.
Yes, it does.
If you have a road
Do you
game
want me
in
to get
fucking Wisconsin,
every single one of my best friends on the phone right now.
All two of them?
Oh, wow.
Dave,
My
Hold
oldest,
on, hold on.
Some of my oldest friends.
if you're on the football team and it's February, okay, are you able to socialize on the weekends?
of course, you're
Okay, you
able
can't
to
do that if you're playing hockey.
You are able to.
You can't. You can't do that if you're playing hockey.
That's-
it takes up
that's-
more time because your
No,
schedule
you
is
can.
longer.
You absolutely can. You might not
Do you want me
want
to call up all my friends that play D3 hockey?
Oh, it took me a friend off.
friend
Oh,
off.
We
friend
can,
off.
we
We got a
can
D3
do.
friend-
You can
friend
call
off.
Do you
anybody.
understand? But you understand what I'm saying.
You
You're
you
gone
said
on
you
the
can't.
weekends.
You said
You're
you
gone on
can't.
the weekends from October to March. You're gone. If you're playing
What
hockey,
do you mean gone? You don't have home games?
you have some half.
Okay, half.
So
There you
every
go.
other weekend. So the school year for football season will end by Thanksgiving break.
Okay. During Portnoy's little soliloquy right there,
Checkmate.
No, it's
Checkmate.
not. I was gonna include because he said hockey with baseball. Baseball, we drank every fucking night before a game that I ever played a baseball game. That's all we did.
Is that why
drink.
all your friends are in D3?
That's not all my friends
just a
are in
joke,
D3.
just a joke, just a joke, just a joke.
I'm saying he kept intentionally not listing my college. My college won 2 of the last 3 D3 championships.
It
and
wasn't
came in
in-
second the other one.
It wasn't intentional. For some reason, I don't know why they slipped my mind.
That is fine. It's
Mount
whatever.
Union slipped my mind too, but I
Yeah.
know obviously Mount Union, North
Whitewater,
Central,
North
and Whitewater
Central.
are like
Those are
three
the big ones.
Three heavy
And now
hitters.
the one in Texas, Mary Hardin Baylor. Those are like
Yes.
the Bama,
Yes.
Clemson, Ohio
Yeah.
State, Georgia for
Notre
D3.
Dame.
Megan, take notes. That's the
Anyways.
Midwest D3s.
Anyways,
Besides,
I got 'em all.
you're
Hardin
starting
Baylor.
preseason camp
August.
mid-August, and for North Central, they were going through the new year.
Okay, so for the elite 4
Okay,
schools,
but
what about everybody else?
so you guys played 30. We played 36 baseball games. That
but
lasted
you
from
do-
mid-February when like preseason starts through when we inevitably didn't make our
Right.
conference tournament because we sucked.
So
But-
hockey season starts in October.
We're on the same page here. Hockey and football should have been lumped in Portnoy's argument together because hockey is a physical sport. Baseball, basketball, it's D3. It's fucking pickup ball, basically.
I don't know hockey's trajectory
But-
as well to really comment on it.
Yeah, but
like,
so
can
I'll-
guys
I'll-
make it through D3?
Would
How
to the NHL?
Yeah.
I think maybe one guy has. It's very,
Oh, really?
very
in
Okay.
baseball, it happens pretty
thing,
regularly.
The thing that's more, the thing that's more common would be to do D3, and then I know a bunch of guys who played like good D3 because there is no D2 in hockey. There's 60 D1 programs and it's D3. Then some guys, if you're like a very good D3 player, not even a very good. Usually, like every team will have a guy who goes and plays like an extended college.
Yeah.
I'm going to go play pro in Europe, and they do that for a couple of years.
So why I wanted to ask you guys, obviously, because you played D3 baseball, you played D3 hockey.
Kinda.
Do you regret?
kind of.
And regret's a strong word because you guys are happy with where your life ended up and whatnot.
Speak for yourself.
Well, sorry, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And like, you don't want to do the butterfly effect thing. However, how much do you think about like, man, it would have been sick to just go to Iowa.
I
Pretty
almost
regular.
Would have been great to just go to IU.
I filled out the paperwork. I applied, transferred, got in, took visits to Iowa, to University of Denver, and then I was just like, am I gonna meet new people? I don't want to do that. So I didn't end up transferring because I didn't want to be like one of the weird transfer kids.
Okay.
Okay, but I was like seriously considering it after my freshman year and after my sophomore year, and it's like one of those things where it's like I'm split on the D3 thing because whether you have a future or not, I love playing sports.
Yeah.
I still like, if you want to play, like we went to SailGP today and 2 kids were throwing a football. I'm like, I need a little bit of that
I was
action.
trying so hard
And
not
it's
to jump in. And
I jumped immediately in because I just love doing stuff like that. And like, you can't, like, whenever you get off the bus the last time, you can't get it back. Like you can play men's league, you can do whatever forever. So I am now of the mind that just play as long as you can, because then you have to go the rest 60 years of your life without ever doing anything competitive in a real way ever again. So I think in some ways it's worth it.
I agree with everything Chief just said. The only reason
And
I
it's fun to be
regret
with
it,
the boys.
the only reason is because my school was so expensive and I shouldn't have gone there for financial reasons. I'm still almost 50 grand in debt to those cocksuckers, but and the cocksuckers being the federal government this time. But I got a 10-person group chat with all my high school friends and my college friends. My college friends, it's constantly just telling stories about bus trips. Going out until 3
Yeah,
in
but
the
I don't
morning the
think
night
that-
before
yeah.
6 a.m. tarp pull. Like that kind of shit.
I don't know if that's super unique.
love.
I mean, there is a deeper bond for sure.
Yeah, it's
but
a band of bros,
Group
for
chats
sure.
with people from college is not
No, but it's like the story.
just because you played.
I agree with that, but
know.
it is.
I
like,
think if you pulled all of my friends, you can go.
No.
I think if you pulled all of my friends that played D3 sports, which is the majority of them, they would not any of them would have any regrets.
They
Playing.
wouldn't change anything. All right, that was a sincere question.
Yeah.
Do you? What's your take on this?
I think like Dave's point was like how physical D3 is, and like he just wouldn't put his
Yes.
personal body on
Which
the
I
line
totally
for
get, too.
absolutely for D3 football.
Yes.
So like I mean I get it, but I'm kind of with these guys. So I mean I played like 4 sports in high school, so I mean could have played in college if I wanted to, but didn't go there. But I mean I would have loved to play D3 volleyball and like have those memories and like do stuff like that. But you know it wasn't the time.
Yeah. Competing's fun. And like having, I don't know.
That's why I gamble now. It's because if I can't, it's like what's what I
I
can
think
do
there's
that's
something
competitive.
to that. I think there is something to that.
Yeah, okay.
See, I can flip that off no problem.
Now
like
let
I'm in a hiatus from gambling right now.
Now I'll continue just because I think this is a good discussion. But before I do, I want to talk about ChevyDriveChicago.com. From the city to the burbs, Chicagoland has a lot going on this summer, and your local Chevy dealer wants to help you get where you're going on all your summer road trips. Start your shopping with ChevyDriveChicago.com. You can build and price, learn more, and locate the right SUV or truck at your local Chevy dealer. Chief, you're in the market.
I'm in the market. I think I want one of those mid-size SUVs.
You're thinking the Equinox, maybe the Blazer.
Maybe the Blazer.
That Blazer's sharp looking.
Traverse is nice. They got a lot of. I think Chevy's got a nice lineup. And if I really want to be a truck guy, I just don't think I can.
I think you could. I think
What
you could do it.
did she say the starting price on that truck
On
we
that
had?
King Ranch? That was nice.
That thing
was
was
nice.
I
King Ranch
wish
is
I could
sick.
do it
Yeah, it was
so
nice.
badly.
I have nightmares about parallel parking in the city. I just feel like me personally, I would suck at that with a truck. But
Gotta
I
get better at it. You got to learn your dimensions and
gotta
you'll,
work
figure
at
it out.
Yeah.
It's terrifying.
Yeah.
So regardless, head over to ChevyDriveChicago.com and set yourself up for summer, especially the travel that's coming up here. It's like,
Yep.
you know, you'll be driving to New Buffalo,
it's
or
that time of
Michigan
year.
City, or
Yep.
Lake Geneva.
I was just about to say, someone said go to Lake Geneva for the 4th.
Yes, that'd be a
That'll be
nice.
fun.
That'd be a nice
Yeah.
little trip. So, and if you need help, you need a little tune-up, Megan, go to a Chevy dealer. They'll get you set.
Thank you, Chevy.
There you go. All right, but what about the aspect of like I don't want to say networking, but I'm saying it, and this is something too. I went to like D1 for basketball, D1 AA for football, so it's not the same. But it is nice if you go to a Big Ten school and you have that camaraderie.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
I
That
would
is
love.
nice.
That is something that I thought about going to grad school specifically so I could have a team in March Madness. Like that's like I was
It's
only.
super funny.
But I hate that though. Can I say that? I hate people who claim they're grad school. That's bullshit.
But
That's bullshit.
so if you
fuck you.
If I think if you live on the campus, I didn't end up doing it. If
You're like 22, like your hard partying's like probably done.
so what?
Like, but it's still like you don't.
Whoa.
You can't feel a
22
connection.
is when hard partying is done.
Yeah. Speak
Relax,
for yourself.
Eddie.
Your college partying.
I
is
go back
done.
to Fred's all the time.
You're that's fine, but you're not shoving quarters into your purse
I
like to
understand
go
what
get
you're-
your $5 worth of
Cigarettes.
50-cent beer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's different.
Sure, but if you're like that, it was like a move of desperation because I am a shitty athletic D3 school. I can't then go to be like, yeah, like I did my grad school. That's going to be my team. I like Notre Dame. I have no connection to Notre Dame, but I think I would like to have a fandom and have like I think it'd be fine. I don't think it's quite at the level of someone who did undergrad somewhere, but I don't know. And I actually talked to somebody who went to a Big Ten school for undergrad and went to Kansas for grad school. And I was like, what if they played head to head in March Madness? He goes, oh, Kansas. And I'd be like, really?
That's bullshit.
That's more my point. Like I have people
that's
that went to
bullshit.
Southern with me that went to Northwestern for grad school, and they're like, "Oh, like go Cats." It's like, no, I don't think it works that way. Like
So
you're not.
he said the reason that he goes with Kansas is because he's like, I owe Kansas my entire career. Well, he's like, he was a lawyer. And he's like, I make all my money and do everything, in my life is because of University of Kansas. So, and not not
So
Illinois.
he reciprocates by rooting for their basketball.
Yeah,
But you're not. He's not.
He feels a deeper appreciation
But
for
he's
that
not
school.
a KU kid. I feel like that's
I'm telling
like,
you, that's one person.
Yeah. What
We
was
were
the Big Ten
actually
school?
Illinois.
Okay.
It's also great though that like KU is just fantastic at basketball. It's just very
Yeah.
convenient.
Yeah,
Megan-
I mean they are, but he does the same thing for football.
Megan, if
So-
someone goes 4 years to Louisiana Lafayette, let's say, does like their 4 hard years and then they transfer or they do their grad at LSU, like you're not an LSU guy.
I would only disagree because everyone in Louisiana wants to be an LSU fan. Like no one
Yeah.
respect. Again, I get a lot of shit from all of the Raging Cajuns because I'm like Lafayette is where the college is and that's where I was from. But everyone there says, oh, she's the LSU girl that lives in Lafayette. Everyone there secretly wants to be an LSU fan.
And really, so it's just all across the board, Louisiana.
I mean, it's just like LSU it's even if you don't go there, you kind of want to be an LSU fan. I feel like maybe I'm wrong, but it's just
No,
like
I
a
think
fun
you're right.
school. It's
Yeah.
a fun environment. Everyone hears about Death Valley. Everyone hears about Tigerland.
True.
Like we've had some great coaches. We've had some questionable coaches. We've had some coaches that
Fake
you know,
accents.
yeah, ones that with fake accents that you took teams of other people here that even though they didn't go there to lots of
Yeah,
Good things.
rebuilt the program.
We were supposed to play. They got rained out. It was either my first 2 or 3 years, but it got rained out. We were supposed to play Northwestern every year. They were always
really?
on our schedule. Yeah, they
Would you have sat out?
no, they would have had to. It was a regularly scheduled game, and they played Elmhurst one year and beat them like 16-5, or something like they smoked them. But I'm assuming I actually would have played that game because they were usually staff days, and I was like 5th or 6th out of the pen. So I would have been like the 7th inning guy to go and hum.
I didn't know you
84.
pitched.
Throw BP.
I shouldn't have at all.
Pull it up.
I
Pull
was
up the
horrible.
biography.
Have you seen this picture?
I don't think so.
I mean,
Get
I-
ready
I'm
see-
glad you're
Hey,
sitting down.
Were you a
Catch your
socks
breath
up
now.
guy or a socks down guy?
No, we had such limited gym space at our D3 school that we had 5 a.m. practices for baseball in our shitty little 120-year-old gymnasium. And we all shared the same suit jacket, the same tie, and the same collared shirt. And we just had we were sweating like dogs. And this was in the middle of the 2008.
I think I have seen this picture.
Yeah,
now that you
everybody
describe it.
fucking
Now that you
loves it.
describe it.
Yeah,
Yeah, there we go.
I was trying to grow
Told you
out
catch that
a playoff mullet for the Blackhawks during their
Heyday.
heyday, in 2008, I think it was.
No.
Gun to head, I think I like this picture more than the sausage one.
That was probably like months apart.
Really?
I think the sausage one that would have been the first weekend of May 2008, I want to say.
I want that on my mantle.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't hate having that.
I pitched to merch last year a White Sox Dave calendar. Where it's just because the guy just has.
You never consulted me about that.
Yeah, I know. Because you just have. They're just like it's too hard to source and like to. But like you have so many preposterous pictures.
What makes it on the White Sox Dave calendar? Obviously, those two are
Those
locks.
two. The one where he's staring down the girl's tits.
Yes.
I saw her on
I
St.
saw
Patrick's
her.
Day this
Are you
this
sure you
year.
saw her?
I did.
Were you looking at her?
Yeah.
I was gonna recreate the
Did
that
you-
picture with her.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you told me that.
And
Did she say
because I was
no?
with another girl, I didn't want to get yelled at.
The still shot of the gum.
The
Yeah,
gum one.
yeah,
The
so
gum
they
was
started the
great.
gum.
Beard pick.
The beard pick,
beard
yes.
pick,
So that's a
the-
solid 5.
The Windy City smokeout where he's in the all black at Cleo's.
That was a good one.
where everyone photoshopped
Cusack.
that one. That
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
The backwards visor one is sneaky great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, where's that one from? I don't think I ever knew where the
Windy
backwards.
City or the Chicago Bandits game.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a great one. That's just like you just got you were through a hurricane.
I was like running wind sprints against their fucking team and shit.
In that?
No, this is another one we're talking
I
about.
thought you were
No,
running.
that right there is just a normal Friday.
Yeah, that's the double middle finger and the
Pitch off.
pitch off
Where's
against
Carabas?
Like there's so many. There's so many
And
pictures.
we're missing some big ones. I
Clicking
feel.
off Ronnie Woo Woo.
I don't know if you can find that one.
It was your profile picture.
I know
Yeah.
that's why I kept it so long because I couldn't find out like the where I
original
cropped
source?
it from. Yeah, I could never find it. You can look for it. I don't think you'll find that one though, because I've tried. What? That's actually, I haven't heard Ronnie Woo's name in like forever.
That's a good point. It's a good point.
Speaking of Ronnie Woo, he hasn't been anywhere recently.
He went to a gospel concert this year in full Cubs attire.
Yeah.
How long ago
respect
did
it.
like January this year or like?
I don't remember. In the calendar year, within like the last 6 months.
Okay,
Are you aware of Ronnie Woo?
Who is Ronnie Woo?
Ronnie Woo is a guy who wears full Cubs uniforms to the game
everywhere.
and
Everywhere.
yeah, everywhere,
Yeah.
everywhere,
Yeah.
but predominantly Wrigley Field. And he just rides around on his bike, or he walks around. He's go Cubs, woo, Cubs, woo. Like everything.
He's a
he
local
says woo after.
celebrity. Everybody
Yes.
knows him around
I
here.
love that.
Yeah.
I kind of love the woo.
Yeah, there he is, Ronnie Woo.
Where'd you get that
White
from?
Sox Dave flicked him off.
So it's awful.
You can spot Trent in the background of that picture.
When I was a kid,
That was at a White Sox versus Yankees game. I should have fucking Cusacked his ass too.
when I was a kid, I was waiting for autographs, and Ronnie Woo was lurking around.
He's been
Woo.
around as long as I can remember, like
Yeah.
25, 30 years.
That's
at least.
insane.
Yeah.
The funniest one ever, Ronnie Woo Woo, was when Ernie Banks died, and they had the wake that was in the service that was open to the public, and he like walked up to the coffin in full Cubs uniform.
He got sand on
what
his
he's
I mean,
gonna do,
that
That's what
don't
he's
break
gonna do.
character.
Yeah.
And we were waiting for whatever. We just got like Ramos Ramirez and like Tom Goodwin, and then Ronnie Woo rolls by. We're like, whoa, is that guy in the Cubs? And the security guard's like, yeah, man. 1977. We're like, oh, Ron. I still have like a signed shirt from him. I had no
that's
idea
funny.
that he was not on the Cubs.
He's a custodian at Northwestern, I've heard.
Oh, really?
yeah.
Oh, breaking.
Yeah.
How fun.
This is also not like recent knowledge I've acquired. This is like, I'm pretty sure that's what he's done forever.
Retired custodian.
Pound for pound, he probably has drank the most free beer in this city than anyone. I would argue.
I don't know that I've ever seen
I
him
don't
drink.
think I've ever seen a picture of him drinking though.
If you say his name on Twitter, his daughter will pipe in.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because he did get, there was a time during, maybe it was even before COVID, where he got sick, like seriously
Yes,
sick.
I remember this. Yes.
And it was like kind of touch and go, but
Oh,
he's made a
really?
recovery. Like he's been out
Good.
in full uniform since then. So
And I say that just because he's just out and about so much.
Yeah.
People just buying beers. I think. he
yeah, I mean,
drinks.
you might be right. Of all the
never
times
seen
I've
it.
ever seen
Maybe
him,
pound for pound, free hot dogs.
Sure.
I
Sure.
could be.
If he's
He's
sober.
probably taken more pictures with anybody in this city, I would say.
That's
More than any athlete, because athletes aren't just bopping around like
Yeah.
bars with the fans and everything
Yeah.
like he is.
No, he loves it.
Yeah.
We took a picture the first day I met you, White Sox Dave.
With Ronnie Woo?
Yeah.
Speaking
Where
of
at?
Yeah.
I remember this.
saying, speaking of bars, when I went to the Chicago or the Cubs game, I went to Wrigley Field. Someone gave me a Malort shot,
Oh,
How'd
and
you
that
do?
shit is fucking like gasoline.
disgusting.
It's bad.
It's
it
so bad.
It lingers too.
Disgusting.
And so she tried to give me like a pineapple chaser, and I just tasted like I like put my mouth on like a nozzle of gasoline, and then took a chaser of pineapple.
I feel like that sound. How was it? Did that work?
No,
I was gonna say it's almost. It sounds like when you have orange juice after brushing your teeth.
it's exactly what it was
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
It was awful.
Gross.
I don't know how you guys do that.
we
Gave me
don't.
some
We
milk.
don't. Yeah.
We don't.
Did y'all refuse every Malort shot?
This guy
You can't.
loves.
I don't love it. I don't
No,
think
but
it's...
you like giving it to people.
The wormwood.
Yeah, we toured their distillery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they gave us like the actual plant, and you put it on your tongue. It's like somehow
Concentrated Malort.
Yeah, it's like
It is
it's
a
like
1,000 times worse.
yeah.
I like Googled it and it said notes of gasoline, like fruit. I don't know if you Google it.
know what
Like the
fruit it
Google
is.
description is actually pretty funny. Like notes of gasoline.
It's still like the guy Durs from
Workaholics.
Workaholics. He took it like it was nothing.
Yeah, he did.
Well, he's from here. He's never...
It was still, that
it
was
was
his
his
first
first
time.
one.
Yeah.
Anders Holm. People think I like it because I think that...
You guys are
I would-
Johnny on the spot with the videos today.
Yeah, this is...
Oh, is that the wormwood?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out Harry. Shout out Lance.
That was a big bite.
Just gave you the
Dave.
drools, right, Danny?
Yeah.
No, I puked. I full puked.
Ugh.
This is how the Vikings used to get high back in the day in Scandinavia. They just walked around and just ate shit. That looks like it'll give you a buzz.
There's a lot more of this in a bottle of Malort than you would think.
Really?
Yeah. Wormwood grows everywhere. I've had people bring it by and it's grown out, like in the western suburbs. But
What a business.
I thought
You could just make something that
It tastes like
just
so much like ass. And
yeah.
It's like the #1 shot button. What's the stat? It's
I-
one of
I-
it's up
it-
there.
it's not.
Definitely up
It's
there.
not.
I don't think it's that, but it has significantly grown in like the last 7 to 10 years.
It's something crazy where it's one of the like best-selling shots or bottles or something.
Well, I
But
mentioned it
is-
to like
but-
old Chicago people, and they're like, "We don't know." And then like anyone else that I mentioned to, they're like, "Oh." And so
Yeah.
it's like I feel like there's just like an age gap or something with it.
I'd be surprised if it was top 5.
Yeah, I don't think it's top 5.
I'd be.
Yeah.
I would maybe even be surprised if it's top 10.
I don't think
It's just in Chicago.
Yeah, I think I'd be surprised.
because
Like, think about it. How many people are doing
tequila,
Fireball, tequila, whatever.
Jameson.
Yeah,
I just drink Miller Lite.
Yeah,
There you go.
That's us too.
Yeah.
But I would be surprised if it was top 5 or 10.
I know there's some
Their
weird
sales
stat.
are way up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Their sales are great.
Well,
Some way, some.
we probably weren't selling
but
anything at
their
one point.
whole business model is make something so bad it's like a novelty to try it, which is kind of awesome.
Yeah, it works. I was at a bar. I was at Tunes up on Southport with a buddy, and these two guys just came up and they're like, "Give me a Chicago handshake," like unironically.
Yeah.
And they just like took it and like acted like that was like the thing to. I don't know. I'm like, you guys are fucking.
It's a
weird.
thing, though.
It is, but it's like you're like that's a weird
That's how
weird order.
That's how you get things going, though. You do a nice little shot in a beer.
I
Shot
love
in a
it. I
beer.
love a shot in a beer, but to do a Malort and then a shitty beer is
It's like pain drinking.
yeah.
It just sounds like
a
you
whiskey, a shot, and a beer.
like
One
winter is
whiskey.
your favorite season
One
in Chicago.
shot.
yeah.
One
What would be
beer.
your go-to shot, Megan?
So I'm a kind of a pansy. If I'm just taking a shot, I like a lemon drop. I just think it's delicious. But if I'm doing like a shot in a beer, I'll just do like a tequila shot.
Okay.
Yeah, a tequila. I can only shoot tequila. I can't drink like margaritas or anything. But it's
Really?
bad when I start shooting tequila. Let's
surprises
not
me.
get me do that.
That's a
I kind of want to get you to do that now. What
no,
happens?
I'm an
Do you
animal.
become a liability?
Yeah. I run away.
What's the dumbest thing you've... Hypothetically speaking, in a hypothetical world, what is the dumbest thing, non-criminal, that you've ever done while drinking?
Oh, wow.
Gotten pregnant at 20.
That's kind of dumb, yeah.
Yeah,
That is,
Whoops.
that's a whoops.
yeah. no,
That worked out.
It worked out great, actually.
Yeah.
He's a great kid. Way better than other Maddens floating around in the social sphere these days.
Yeah. So for people that don't know,
My poor boy took a hit when I told him that one. He's
Yes.
like, no.
Wait, what?
So baby Gronk is actually named Madden.
Oh.
And he's 2 months older than my son. And so technically he had
Did
the
your
name
son take him?
first. He did not. I mean, maybe. I don't know. It's not athletically, but mentally,
Mentally.
he would just fucking smash
Baby
that kid
Gronk?
and his dad. His dad has like CTE coming like far out of the ears.
Yeah, that dad. We saw. Was it the last show we played a clip of the dad? It's
Oh, well, he was like telling him exactly, teeing him up
Yeah.
exactly for everything.
Feeding
say
him
it,
the
say
line.
it
Yeah,
like
I
this.
showed my son. He goes, "That's cringe."
It
I was like,
is.
"Yep,
It was bad.
is."
Made me feel bad for baby Gronk.
Yeah,
What do you
poor,
say,
poor
Danny?
Madden.
No, I was just saying, next Rough and Rowdy, baby Gronk versus baby making money.
Let's go.
Yeah.
My son is not a fighter. He's,
The
he's
mo-
a
the
sweet,
money team.
He's a sweet kid, man.
Yeah.
He's no, he can't. He'll just like fight him with intelligence.
Yeah, just ruin him with wit.
Is he good
Exactly.
at chess?
That's the way he'll do
No,
it.
he hasn't
Okay.
played chess, but
Okay.
I think he could get into it. He's really into FIFA right now, and like you can name any European country, and he'll be able to tell you everything that borders it, and tell you show you the flags.
Sounds like
Get him-
KB. How do you feel about
Get him on
that?
the line for the dozen.
Yeah.
We've gotten that tested.
Okay.
We're good on that aspect.
Okay, great.
Yeah, no, we're supposedly. I mean,
Okay.
maybe we should take him for further testing
Yeah.
at some point. But he's just really into FIFA right now. So
Okay.
like,
I like
he's
FIFA.
like when there was Inter Milan and who played like two.
Man City.
Yeah, Man City.
Yeah.
We watched that, and he
There you go.
wanted Inter Milan. So like, there's
Tough
a
day.
yeah. My husband sent me a picture of his like hands in his head, just like freaking out.
Oh,
Get
no
him into
shit.
Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, I walked upstairs, and he was like, "It's not a good time to talk to me, Mom." I'm like, "All
When
right."
he is of age, are you going to teach him how to gamble?
I can't just when he's of age, I will say
Yeah, he's
that
21.
Yeah, when he's 21, he will definitely already probably know.
Be
Just
able to
picking
make
up
sure
from
he's
where you-
responsible.
Yeah, of course,
Yeah.
responsible.
Mad,
Yeah, I know.
mad at making money.
Yeah, we've already
Triple M.
Yeah, we've already
Trademark
put
that.
that.
That's the way to go. Hey, speaking of other countries, like you said, SailGP, it's a competition between countries, right?
Yeah, I think we got, what was it? How many countries?
10 now.
10.
Germany
So-
just entered the league. I
Yeah,
guess.
so it's the Sailing Grand Prix, Sailing GP, SailGP. So it's in Chicago this weekend. Dave and I were there Wednesday morning checking out the boats, seeing how they get built. They are incredible. They're
Yeah, they
huge. They don't even look like boats. Like you walk up to it. If you didn't know that it was a sailboat, you're like, I don't know what that is.
Guess
like,
how many Nissan Altimas these boats weigh, Ed?
That's what we were asking. Units of measure. How many Nissan
I'm gonna
Altimas?
guess
These are yeah.
Well, we're talking to a dude from Australia,
20.
and he doesn't know what the fuck a pound is.
say 20.
There are only 2 Nissan Altimas.
That's how
Really?
light they are.
Wow.
Oh yeah,
Super
that would
light,
make
and
that would make
they're
sense.
Enormous.
My
but
cousin
they're-
built
They need
boats.
cranes to
Really?
build them.
These are built out of like some kind of super fiberglass. Each boat costs $6 million.
Jesus.
They're preposterous. And so we were touring the whole thing today. We saw one of them launch, but
One of them, or not one of them, they all do, because all the boats are exact same. So like England can't make their boat better. It's a completely level playing field. And once you get a look at them, they have all these little like cockpits on the side
side.
things, and they all have all the buttons like a legit fighter jet. These
Yeah.
boats are fucking crazy.
They're-
It's
Well,
awesome.
here's the main message too. We're trying to tell people you could see this in person.
Yeah.
It's happening tomorrow, Friday and Saturday at Navy Pier. It's in Chicago. So if you're listening, you're looking for weekend plans, get tickets to see SailGP at Navy Pier on June 16th and 17th by visiting sailgp.com/Chicago, and you'll see F1 or NASCAR on the water.
yeah, and the other
NASCAR.
cool thing about it is there's 3 races. Like you get points as you go. So there's 3 races on Friday, 3 on Saturday. Then they have like the championship. So you get like 7 races for the weekend if you're doing it. So it's not just like you're sitting watching the same thing over and over. Like you're going to get a lot of action.
Yeah.
So it's a great event. We've talked about it. I went last year. Great time.
Party scene, too.
Highly
I was gonna say
recommend.
probably a great
Yeah.
place to drink beers.
Definitely
Bring
is.
some Millers
Definitely
up.
is. So
Exactly.
sailgp.com/Chicago for tickets.
Go do it. All right, we could do some red line segment here. Vegas Knights, Las Vegas Knights won the Stanley Cup.
Shout out local guy Dave Rogowski. So my buddy of mine, he's a video coach. They closed it out last night. So seeing your friend lift the Stanley Cup on TV, there's Dave. Shout out Dave.
Like that's your friend?
That's pretty
Oh
sick.
yeah, like I went to his
really?
wedding. Like
Oh,
I've
yeah,
met him. I've met him.
yeah. Dave's
Yeah.
met him. Dave's met his wife.
Yeah.
like he's the best guy, and it was kind of funny. The Chicago Steel, because he used to work for the Chicago Steel, which is a USHL team out by where my parents live in Geneva, and they're like, oh, former Chicago Steel employee, like go, and it was like they did like this graphic where it was like Steel to the Knights. They fired him, so like they were trying to like take credit, so they fired him. I think it was in like 2017 or 18, but clearly they made a mistake, and he kind of took a winding path and ended up in Vegas, and now he's a Stanley Cup champion. So I think I'll be
Dumb hockey
I
question.
think I'll be drinking some Miller Lights out of the cup later this summer.
That would be fun.
That'll be fun. Yeah.
Is it only the players and coaching staff on the Stanley Cup?
Oh, like does he get his name on
Yeah.
it? I mean, he's a coach. So I don't know, like I don't
Because
know.
for baseball, I'm sure it's the same. In
I don't know where the cutoff
like,
is for that.
Fucking everybody got a ring.
Yeah. I don't know where. Yeah.
Like,
I'm sure. Oh,
everybody
he'll
got
get a
a ring.
ring. I don't know if his name will be on the cup.
Okay.
So that they're like more stingy about that. So, but he'll have a day with the cup, and he'll get a ring. And he was, it was like you saw like the players get it first, and then like the goalie coach gave it to him. Like that's like.
So I wanted to say something about that. Hockey, a lot of people always talk about the handshake line tradition and what's some other hockey traditions. Obviously not touching the President's Trophy.
Some guys get a little fast and no, it's like if you win the conference.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. If you win the conference,
Yeah.
you don't touch that. I think personally the best tradition is watching who they're going to hand it to first, who the captain hands it to first.
And that was
that's the best.
That was kind of cool last night too. So Mark Stone, he's like a longtime veteran, one of my favorite guys. He handed it to
Riley Smith,
who was, they call them the Misfits because they were an expansion team, and Vegas got to pick. It was basically the team that they got him from was like, we don't really care enough to have you. So Riley Smith, Jonathan Marchessault, like I think there's 3 of them left. I'm blanking on who the third guy was, but it was like that's how they built their team, was cast-offs. And so those guys have been there the whole time. Like they're the ones who built the culture and everything like that. And they have an awesome team, and they have an owner that you would love. And it kind of,
Who is it?
Bill Foley. So he's a former like West Point guy, billionaire, and he's a guy, and it's like kind of been like annoying to me as a fan because it's like anytime there's a big name available, somehow, even though there's a salary cap, they end up with Vegas. So Alex Pietrangelo wins a cup of the Blues, he goes to Vegas. Jack Eichel wants to trade out of Buffalo, he goes to Vegas. They've had Max Pacioretty and Paul Stastny and Mark Stone, like all the big like available guys. This guy's he's just
like
a
the
guy
Dodgers.
who pushes his chips in, and it was like, hey, like who fucking cares about that draft pick or this prospect? Like we're about winning now. And Foley, when he was awarded the team, he goes, we're gonna make the playoffs in 3 years. We're gonna win the cup in 6. This was year 6.
What a calling his shot,
Yeah.
huh? What about calling your shot?
It's nice.
Big time.
I was in Vegas.
He's like the opposite
last
of Jerry Reinsdorf.
For it was New Year's 2020 and 2021, and they love that team in that town.
They do.
Everybody was talking about the Knights.
It's a fun experience too. I've been to a game.
Yeah, I still haven't been. I was gonna go out.
It's
for a
T-Mobile they play, right?
Yeah, I was gonna go out for a playoff game this year, and then just couldn't. Actually, the reason I didn't go, the flights were just absurd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were talking about it on another show earlier, and they said that they make it like a club atmosphere in there. Like it's just like absolutely crazy.
It's very Vegas. Like they had their pregame show. So the guy who like came up with that whole pregame show, which looks like medieval times before the game starts, the NHL basically was like, you're done doing the Vegas stuff. You're gonna teach every other team how to put on like an in-game experience.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. So now he works at the league.
One thing that I
Vegas.
noticed about them right off the bat is their Twitter account was fucking hilarious. They got in trouble because I forget the hockey movie, but they started naming all the players for like, I don't know, St. Louis Blues, whoever they were playing, women names, and they got kind of canceled for
they
it.
got in trouble for that. I remember. Yeah.
But they were like doubling down on Twitter too.
Yeah,
Like the brand account was responding like cry about it to people.
That guy got in trouble. Also,
It's a fucking joke. Take it
Yeah.
as one.
Congrats to the Golden Knights.
yeah.
Congrats.
And now we're on to the next year, Connor Bedard, Blackhawks.
Yes.
So it's like, let's just. I wanted that game to be over last night, both for Dave, but also just like let's put
It was like a 8-2 winner.
9-3.
9-3.
It was
They
6
were
to
just
1
like
after
flying,
the first.
like all the overs were just like flying.
Yeah. Yeah, so shout out Mr. Ice. Yeah, but that was the tweet. Like we're on to a new era now.
That kid looks really young.
He's 17.
Yeah,
he's
it's okay.
incredible.
He's a kid. Yeah, he's a child.
He's a
incredible.
child.
Yeah, he's a child.
Junior in
Prodigy.
high school.
He's closer to my son's age than I am in him to age.
Yeah. It's crazy.
That's crazy to think about.
Yeah, I haven't.
You don't wanna
really
think
put
about
it
that?
way.
I am
Yeah,
at
I'm
the
20. I
age-
guess
How old's your dog?
I'm 20 years older than that kid.
Oh,
But very
I'm at the
excited.
age
you
where I
drink his breast
remember
milk.
my parents being my age, and it's
What?
freaking me out.
you're
I
your
said
parents'
you,
age?
you would drink his breast milk.
I remember my parents being in their mid-30s.
No.
I don't. My mom didn't have me until she was 42.
Sorry.
No, you
It's just a joke.
opposite route there, huh?
Yeah,
little bit.
yeah, real opposite.
How did she respond to that news?
She said that she wasn't surprised. I mean, I was like living with him for like 2 months essentially,
okay.
so it was kind of like,
Yeah. You're playing with fire.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Now we are 12 years later.
Yeah.
Doesn't always work out that way, kids.
Who would have thought?
Careful.
But it did.
would've
Happy
thought?
ending.
Who would have thought? Not me.
Were you intently watching the NBA finals?
I know I was moving a lot of the
Oh,
NBA
yeah.
finals, and like I would have loved to. Supposedly, it was kind of a boring finals,
Yeah,
from
it
what I
was.
understand.
It was.
So I say I would have loved to watch it, but also like would be
Yeah.
kind of a lie.
It sucks. I mean, the Heat gave it a good run. Obviously, that
I
big
really
series over the
wanted Strus
Celtics.
to get one.
I really wanted Strus and Jimmy to get one, but
And
they
Jimmy,
just didn't have
Did
enough.
y'all see Ev's beardless face?
I did.
Yeah.
I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bad bet to make. Bad bet to make. So yeah, I mean, really the big takeaway is everyone's talking about Jokic and like where he ranks and whatnot, and how much he just doesn't give a fuck.
He gives 0 fucks.
I love
Zero.
it. I love it so
Like he
much.
was when they
It's
told
like
him
parade.
they're like, yeah, the parade is on Thursday.
I have to go home.
Yeah, he's like, I
Yeah.
have to go. Job is done. Go
Yeah.
home.
And then that little clip of him doing the champagne, and there was like no champagne left, so he like just barely shakes and goes, ugh, and like puts the
Yeah.
bottle down and like just barely squirts out.
Yeah, so that's kind of brought a lot of discussion about if that's good for the league or if it's not. I don't know if you guys have any opinions.
I
on
kind of
that.
like it.
Yeah,
Depends
Yeah.
on how much he wins, I guess. Like,
Yeah.
If they win again, I think people will start to be like, oh, fuck this.
Yeah, that would be boring.
but you know the NBA is rooted in personalities, and that's why it's so marketable, and that's why it's so popular.
That's why I really don't bet the NBA though. It's because it's just like so many personalities,
Yeah.
and that's exactly what I feel like they are.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. I find him endearing. He's
Yeah, there we go.
He's just an Eastern
goes, "Oh."
European.
Yeah, but like, what do your kids
Freak.
like sports, Megan?
Yes, my son loves FIFA.
Oh, he likes
He
FIFA,
loves soccer. He's really getting into baseball. He
Yeah.
likes football. He likes to watch LSU and stuff. But my daughter is actually like loves sports.
Really?
She's like obsessed with sports.
Like, I wonder if kids like Jokic.
He just seems kind of like I feel like there's no love or hate. You know what I mean? Like he's just kind of there, but in like the nicest way possible.
Yeah, but you know, he's got the ring
he's
now.
Bill Walton.
Besides, like on the court, he's fucking like crazy. But then off the court, it's just kind of like, he's there.
Yeah.
Why'd you make that?
I was talking like personality.
Oh no, like
They're
the way he
opposites.
plays, like no, right. But the way he plays is just like he doesn't look like he should be good, and he just makes all these
him and
passes.
what's his face
He's good.
on
That's a fact. He does
yeah.
not look like he should be good.
And
That's why I kind of like him.
Walton had that 4-part 30 for 30. I think it ended last night, and you just watch the highlights from his prime. You're like Jokic steps out further from the basket and he shoots threes because it just wasn't a part of the league. But it was like the passing is so similar.
He's setting the table to be an all-time great.
Yeah. No, he definitely. I mean, the guy is like he's like a triple double. He's like walking triple.
2 MVPs, should have 3.
Yeah.
So
Now he's got his ring.
yeah, exactly. So we'll see what happens. I think he's 27 or 28.
Yeah.
He
Could have his supporting cast is young too, you know, so it does feel like, you know, like if you're looking at the landscape of the West, where it's like the Warriors are probably at the end of their run, the Lakers are not.
Everyone's getting old.
Yeah, that's what I mean. except for the the Nuggets. But I hate when people are like, "Oh, is this going to be a dynasty?" But they have like it does feel like they have like kind of a clear runway a little bit in the West, which you never would say about the West historically. The West is always so much tougher. But
yeah, no, you're right. I mean, I don't know.
He was 0.2% in assists off averaging a triple double this year. That's
he's
that's
incredible.
absurd.
Staying out west, the A's story is pretty cool.
I am so glad you brought this up.
Yeah, well,
I want to
same
know
here.
who orchestrated this because it's got to be one person or one group, right? It has to be like a Facebook group or
Something, yeah.
it has to be something like that. I want them to like sit me in a classroom with a chalkboard, one of the overhead projectors where you write with the Sharpie thing on the clear sheet.
I don't even know if they make those
teach
anymore.
me how to do this so I can do the same. I don't like. I would have to give it the 108 guys. I want them to teach me because like I could get maybe a couple hundred people, not an entire stadium's worth of people to wear shirts. Like, how did they get those shirts? They obviously had to sell them.
Yeah,
That
but
is
they're
a
in a lot-
fed up fan base, and I love those Oakland A's fans.
Don't get mad at me for this, but they're in a lot more dire straits than
They
the
are.
White Sox
Oh,
are.
they definitely are.
Yeah, okay.
They definitely are.
I just don't. It's a sensitive topic.
This is amazing. This is so fucking awesome in every way.
The banners is what I find impressive.
oh, I didn't see the banner.
Oh yeah, like watch when it pans right, like the outfield right there.
Yeah.
That's like the yellow and the white right. That's all just said like sell.
Oh,
Sell,
really?
sell,
I didn't even know
sell.
there was that many A's fans. That's insane.
I mean,
I'm sure it's
They've
a
been
good
trying
fan
to
base.
kill it, yeah.
I mean, in the early 90s, how old are you, Megan?
I was born in '92, so
Okay, in the early 90s with like McGuire, Canseco, Ricky Henderson,
I'm
they were like
familiar.
selling out every single game.
Yeah.
They were top 5 in payroll
saying
every
now.
year. I know. I know. But it's they can have a sold out stadium in Oakland
they won't have it though because they're
81
moving
times a
into
year.
Las Vegas,
I
right?
understand. But it's because of ownership.
But
Bad ownership is gutting America's pastime.
Here, I have a question for you.
it's not just baseball either.
If Jerry,
not.
would it, if they moved to,
Yeah, there's a good Fisher out, sell,
Yeah.
sell,
Stay.
sell.
is this the same owner that was like in Moneyball?
Yeah.
That I don't know. Is
Yeah.
it?
Same guy.
Billy Bean, right?
That's
That was
the
the
GM.
GM. That
He's
was
the
GM.
president now.
Yeah.
I would love to know what he has to think about it, Billy Bean, because
That's
he doesn't
right.
want this.
Well, that's what I did the rundown yesterday with Kirk and Jeff, and they were like, "What? This is making Moneyball like so much worse of a movie. The longer this drags on, because he's still there. So it's like, why
Yeah.
isn't he just?
Do you guys cry at the end of Moneyball? Whenever he listens to his daughter sing to him, I cry every
Just a
time.
little girl lost in the middle.
Yeah, stop.
Keep going, Dave. Make her cry.
That's all I remember.
You should watch the movie again
I
after,
love the
after you
movie.
guys have kids at some point. You know, if you probably have one out there somewhere.
Probably swim.
You think so?
No,
Maybe
no.
non-zero
Somewhere on the
chance, though.
south side.
There is a non-zero chance. I haven't been slapped in the face with any paternity suits or like
Not yet.
child support demands or anything.
After this
I
episode,
hope
you
you
will.
start making a lot of money so that potential goes up. I would love to see that happen.
Hey, you're my dad.
Just like chewing gum crazy.
Yeah, he's mine
Let
already.
it go. Pile it on. Get everything out.
But
We're just making fun of your kid, not you.
Kids are on the table.
Go ahead.
Can I start making fun of your kids?
Absolutely.
Sounds like they need to toughen up. At least your son does.
Why, like
He
soccer?
does.
Yeah,
No.
like soccer.
He likes baseball too. He'll
Even
be
worse.
taller than you in
Is
like
he-
2 years.
Yeah, but he won't be as tough or as charming as me.
Who said you were charming?
He does all the time.
Nah, I take it back. You have a charm sometimes, but it's not intentional.
Oh, I can turn it on when I need to.
Turn it on right now.
Right now.
I don't need to or want to.
turn the burners on. Dave.
I was
the
going to say
nitrous.
something.
Did I throw you off?
A little bit.
did.
A little bit.
little
Because I
bit.
said you weren't charming. Is that what
How
it was?
would you know? You've never seen me in the wild.
I've seen enough of you in the wild
One
to
of your
know.
one of your colleagues has.
We just brought up you
Well, what does that
flipping
mean?
off woo woo. Like supposedly he's a nice
Woo-woo.
guy.
While he was wearing a Cubs regale at a White Sox game.
It just still doesn't.
It's against the rules. Oh, that's what I was
It's
going to
not-
ask.
no,
Actually, are you going to
non-charming.
teach your son to be a White Sox fan?
So actually, like my grandpa and like a lot of my family were all White Sox fans.
Right,
but
I know, that's why I
he's
asked.
an Astro fan though.
He's an Astro fan.
Yeah.
That is that
He
the
ain't coming back
closest,
from
largest
that.
metro to.
Well, yeah. I mean, anyone down south is usually like Braves, because that's you
Mm-hmm.
get you're not blacked out from the Braves, but we're Astros fans. so.
Gotcha.
But I mean, he says that he'll pick a team. He's like, because he saw the stadium coming in. He hasn't been to Wrigley yet, so he's like, I'll pick between a Chicago team whenever I go to both games.
All right, White
So-
Sox Dave, sounds like you got to wine and dine them.
We're gonna.
How
old is he?
I think if you
He needs
try,
to toughen up before he goes to the South
Yeah.
Side.
Well,
exactly.
this is what we're gonna do. How old is he?
He'll be 10 in August.
Okay, so in 11 years, we're gonna go to this bar called Cork and Care, and we're just gonna rip shots of Jameson until one of us is ready to teeter over. Do you watch Family Guy?
Yeah.
You know when Peter's drinking the shots with his dad, and it's just like
Yeah.
unintelligible blabber.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like that, and then we punch each other until one person taps out.
do you think it's child abuse to try to indoctrinate a kid to be a White Sox fan, given what you go
No,
through?
he can make his pick.
No, but if you encourage a kid to be a White Sox fan,
It is kind of a form of grooming, since that is the
Jesus.
since that is the common word used on the
where are you
internet
going?
today.
Yeah, I don't. Anyways,
So yes, it is a
Anyway.
form of indoctrination / grooming.
yeah,
and
like
I wouldn't
you should
wish
tell
that.
him to be something
But-
else.
Also,
Like being an Astros fan probably seems pretty sweet.
but
He's
And
seen
that-
he's seen
you
two
have
World
to
Series.
suffer misery as a
Yeah.
fan.
Should
That
You
goes
do.
into fandom. That is my
Give him the
Everyone's like, why
Cusack
don't you
speech.
just why do you root for Northwestern? Why don't you just root for? It's like that's not what being a fan is about to me. There has to be the highs and the lows.
I agree. That's kind of why, like, if I didn't have the connection to Vegas, I would hate them. I would because they came in their
Yeah,
first
you're
year.
proud
They,
of your friend.
yeah, but
Yeah.
they went to the Stanley Cup Finals their first year as an expansion.
I remember. Yeah, they were like 500 to 1.
They've been in the playoffs every year except for one, and now they won the Stanley Cup. They don't know pain.
Yeah, but there is something cool, like
They
you
don't
said,
know
about
pain.
Marchessault, Steele, all those guys being like, hey, nobody wanted us.
Totally.
Yeah.
The players are different. I'm talking about the fans who just show up.
Yeah.
All of a
Like-
sudden, instant success. Like
'Cause no one in Vegas is there to watch
Yeah,
sports. Let's just be honest.
They just came from Tom Jones, and
Yeah.
they're just like,
see
yeah,
some
we're
When the
gonna
A's
titties,
move there,
win
that
some,
gives
win
me-
some money on
Yeah.
poker.
double feature.
actually, it gives all like because with the balanced schedules, the Cubs will be there every other year now, and the Sox will be there every year.
Yeah.
So that's an excuse for a Vegas trip every year.
You're definitely gonna have a kid soon.
Why is that?
You just did a Vegas trip every year. That's insane.
I'd say a lot of grown men take a
a lot of
yearly
grown men probably also have children that they
have
don't know
out
about.
of wedlock.
Yeah, probably.
Probably. Do you have any kids you don't know about?
No, but my dad did. That's how my sister got here.
Oh,
There we go.
You guys the same age?
No, she's actually the same age as my brother.
Michaela making money?
No, it's Jessica.
Oh, sorry.
Jessica making money.
She was from Illinois too. She grew
Oh,
up
really?
here.
Nice.
Now she lives
Nice.
in Texas.
There you go.
Tejas.
I will say one more thing if we can go back to the A's. They are a franchise that I like them in Oakland. I mean, they got to figure a lot out, but San Diego Chargers were another one where like they just felt like they belong. And then Kirk said it yesterday. The Seattle Sonics, like those are just
That's a good one.
like
yeah.
Vegas. Like the Raiders are weird because they move so much. Like
Oakland has too, though. Oakland's gone from Philly to KC to Oakland.
Yeah, but
But it's like in
to
the last
me,
70 years.
yeah.
Yeah.
The
and they-
A's just seem like an Oakland team.
I agree. I also
They can
have
still
this
be the
thing
A's, though.
where it's like,
Aces.
if you win a championship, I don't think that you should ever change your jerseys again, and I don't think you should be allowed to move again. Like your franchise is like frozen in time and connected to that.
I kind of like it, but I like jersey switch ups too. Like if I couldn't see like color rush jerseys on during the NFL.
Well, every once in a while, I
thought
think
you meant
it's
like
fine.
I thought you meant like that's their only jersey that they could have.
No, but it's like imagine if like the Dallas Cowboys came out next year and they had like, oh, like we changed our whole color scheme. We're like red and black now.
Yeah, no, yeah. I don't
That
like
would be terrible.
What if they came out and said we're going to be the Dallas Cow people now to be more inclusive? What do you think of that?
I think that would be a mistake.
I like cow people.
Same here.
I kind of like cow people. No. Cow
What about
people?
you, Ed?
Just
I love hearing your when you opine on things.
I think that'd be great. I think that'd be inclusive.
Cow humans.
cow people.
Yeah, cow people.
No, we don't. Cow. Things that are alive. So we can include like all animals, trees, everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any White Sox notes?
No, they fucking stink. It's the same thing every week. Like we don't even got to talk about it anymore. What's the latest? Tim Anderson went on that podcast. I didn't listen to it. I saw the clips on the internet. I'm so pissed at them. I like can't go out of my way to consume 45 straight minutes of any content regarding the team because it just puts me in a bad mood. So,
Are they going to trade him? Should they trade him?
You got the option next year. I think it's 14.5, so it's not a lot of money, all things considered. But he has been horrible.
Like
He can't
untradeable.
like you're not going to get a fucking lick for him. I don't think.
I don't know. I think he needs a change of scenery. I like TA7.
Send him to the Mets.
Yeah, probably. But I mean, that's not gonna that changes. Oh yeah, he's gonna be great after a change of scenery. You can't sell that to another team and get better prospects based on a hypothetical.
It's true.
So do I think that he still has a lot in the tank? Yes, I think he's mentally in a bad spot. I don't know why the fuck he thought it was a good idea to do that podcast. He should just shut up and play baseball and keep your personal life personal.
Yeah,
and
this will go over well.
You're right.
No,
Shut up and dribble.
that's not what I'm talking about. But like he's bitching about being a public figure. It's like, dude, you got 25 other guys, teammates, not even including the coaching staff, the owner, the front office, who's constantly saying shit that pisses people off. Like you can, like you, if you're gonna be an outward spoken individual, especially as an athlete or public figure of any kind, you gotta be prepared for people to come at you that don't like what you said, you know? And so if he doesn't like it, then don't talk.
Yeah.
So he's all pissed off at people like getting in on his personal life. He's like, it's kind of like the John Morant thing where people are like, oh, you don't understand. It's like, dude, no, we don't. But he went on Instagram Live
Multiple times.
like wielding a gun. Like, it's gonna piss people off. Tim Anderson went on Instagram Live with not his wife, talking about a child that they had out of wedlock. What do you think's gonna happen? Like, you're the one publicizing this shit.
Yeah.
So you're gonna get shit because of that. So if you don't like it, to your point, shut up and dribble. You know.
That was not my point. Just to clear that up. Not my point.
You said shut up and dribble. Shut up and swing the bat. Whatever.
I was just quoting someone else.
Let's make the title of this
Michael Scott,
podcast
Wayne Gretzky.
"Shut Up and Dribble." Megan, make it money.
No,
I like it.
no,
Quotes.
But
no.
I think people know
am I
this was not
crazy
any
for
of our
saying
quotes.
that? Am I crazy for saying that? Don't do podcasts then, and open up to
So
the
you're
entire
saying,
world
oh,
because
I
people
was-
are going to dissect
I was
every
a little
single word you
I was a
said.
little confused with what you were saying. So he did this podcast, and it's the first time he admitted publicly that he had a different
Affair, yes.
child out of not with his wife, and
Wedlock
he's
sounds
mad-
like so
yeah,
old.
I know,
It's
I
like
know. That's
out
why
of
I'm
wedlock.
trying to
that's
keep
why I
it
stopped myself. So then he got mad that people were commenting on that
that commenting on his personal life. Yes.
after he said that.
Well,
they were on
no,
the
prior.
podcast.
He's pissed off because it's not like it was. Hold on, we can play it in a minute. But it's not like he hooked up with the chick and she took a picture of him like over her shoulder while he was passed out in bed with her.
Yeah.
Like that's happened to a million athletes, you know? That's different. Like that, like he didn't have to get publicized like that. Or I'm saying he is a hypothetical athlete that just passed out sleeping in bed with some side chick. He was on Instagram Live with this girl. What are we talking about? Like you chose to publicize this and you're pissed off at people for coming at you saying you're a piece of shit for cheating on your wife while you have kids? What do you think's gonna happen, man? Like, I'm sorry. That's just how it is. The internet's gonna go crazy over shit. I haven't said a public word about it because I don't care. Go and sleep with as many chicks as you want.
Just dribble the ball.
Like, that has nothing to do with anything that... I don't know Tim Anderson. I've never said a word to Tim Anderson. All I care about is whether he produces on the field or doesn't produce on the field. I'm sorry. That's just the way it is. I know it's like the kind of shitty way to look at it, but it's the truth. Yeah. For 90% of those guys. Like, I only know a small handful of players on a team where... And guys that aren't even on the White Sox anymore, like Danny Mendick, for instance. I stay in touch with him regularly. Like, I root for him like fucking crazy because I know he's a good dude. And he works his ass off. Like, I don't know that Tim Anderson does or doesn't. But what I know of him is what I see on the baseball field, and that's all I care about. Now, if I got to know him on a personal level, maybe my tune would change. I don't, so it's not.
TA7, that's your cue to come in here and sweep White Sox Dave off of his feet.
I would love him to.
There you go.
I would love him to.
Bring him to dinner.
I would
Find him
love
a
him
side
to.
chick.
Bring your girlfriend.
I said this out loud, hoping that someone would take me up on the offer. But after they went on a little like, no, it was the night they lost their or stopped their 10-game losing streak earlier in the year. They had an off day that Monday. I was like, I will give them the keys to Barstool River North. The only requirement is every player in the roster has to go there and get shit-faced together. Like, no phones. Like, phones in a basket at the door. Sign NDAs if you have to. Just go get shit-faced. Call the girls you want and, like, be a team. Because it's like you watch this team play every night like I do. You can tell that it's just not a team anymore. Like, just from watching on TV, it's very blatant and very obvious that it's not a team.
Yeah, there's something to that.
Go get shit-faced together. I've told this story a million times. Aaron Rowan said it at Sox Fest 2015. It was the 10-year anniversary of the World Series. He's like, we had English-speaking guys on the team, Spanish-speaking guys on the team, and we had 2 Japanese players on the team, 3 different languages. He's like, on any given night, 20 of us were at a steakhouse together. 3 different languages, but we all spoke the language of baseball. It was a team. And that team didn't have the best players. It didn't. Mm-hmm. It just clicked. This team, opposite of that.
Send them to Making Money HQ. They'll have a good time.
Yeah, send them over to my house. We'll have a great time.
What would go on if you were like the chauffeur for you and the Making Money family for the baseball team?
Well, one, I'd be irresponsible to bring my children around that, so we'd have to get a babysitter there. And then obviously Mr. Making Money would have to tag along because, obvious reasons.
Yeah, obvious.
Definitely no Malort, because that would just be like cruel and unusual punishment.
But that can start conversation. That's what they need to do, like bust each other's balls and like
make each
fuck
other
with each other,
gross faces at each other.
Yeah,
I mean maybe
it could be a good story.
You're all
the next
experiencing
morning.
the same pain.
Yeah, I'll just
on each other.
Just bring them a bunch of drugs. I'm just kidding. Would never do that. No, but seriously, no, we would have a great time. We'd have a great time. We'd go have a couple Miller Lights, more than a couple. Get shit faced with each other.
Mm-hmm. Just responsibly.
Yeah, responsibly, and just hang out. Just really like. I just want everyone to compliment each other. No bad vibes. That's the kind of me and my husband's whole thing. We just don't like bad vibes.
Positive vibes only. Positive vibes only.
Yeah, PVO, babe.
What do you think about Nightingale's comments? Specifically this one right here. He went after Griffel.
Yeah.
Saying all spring they were saying, look at what the new manager is doing, and he's done nothing. I was joking when I said they should give Tony La Russa another plaque in Cooperstown for actually winning with this team.
First of all, they won 81 games last year and made 93, I think it was, in 2021, not because of Tony La Russa. It was in spite of Tony La Russa. I want everybody to understand that. And people that are idiots like Bob Nightingale, they either are lying, and they do know that, or they're just dumb. Because if you say that, it's one or the other. There's no other options. Second, Bob Nightingale is so obviously speaking, and this is any time he speaks, he is so obviously speaking on behalf of Jerry Reinsdorf. So if you watch this like whole rebuild through current day, 2016 through now, you know that Tony La Russa was forced on the team because he was hired, I think it was November 6th, right after the season ended. And after he got canned or mutually parted ways or took his health hiatus, whatever you want to call it. It took until I was in Arizona, so February, to hire Pedro Griffel because they left no stone unturned, you know? So you know that. And now Jerry Reinsdorf, he's using Bob Nightingale to be like, look, see, I told you, we should have never got rid of Jerry. Griffel can't do it. It's like,
Tony.
Tony can't, or we should have never got rid of Tony. Griffel can't do it either. Look at this mess. I told you I was right. Tony was the guy. No. Tony La Russa is well past his prime. Obvious Hall of Famer. Should absolutely like be on one of the pantheons of all-time great managers.
A little credence to the first half of his statement, though, saying like the players were saying, like, oh, yeah, things are different with Griff, like, and that obviously hasn't been the case.
Worse.
But
the
damage might have been done.
That and the players just aren't that good.
I feel like whenever your coach starts looking super weak as fuck in your uniform, that's when you should just can him. Because Tony looks so bad in that White Sox uniform.
He from the day he got
so
there.
bad.
That looked like Ronnie Woo Woo.
So bad.
The one where he was like running out to argue
Like
was
when
an
they
all-timer.
won the Cornfield game, the Field of Dreams game, like that was a cool team.
That was the peak of this.
It was a cool team. Like
peaked.
you had Anderson hitting that walk off with all that cocky swag instead of this like
Dylan
whiny
Moncada,
shit.
hot as shit.
Fucking
this.
Moncada.
He looked like yesterday.
He looks like
man's
me
got some
after
good.
I'm like trying to make it to the toilet after eating Mexican food at 4 a.m.
I mean, McEwing is not that much better. Watch him coming in.
This organization does nothing right.
Yeah.
How many out are they now? Because I don't even
5.5.
5.5. Oh yeah, the Twins walked it off last night. Sox lost.
Cubs are also 5.5.
It's a mess. It's a mess. Like, and to bring it all full circle though, your son, he would only have to tough out like at most 15 years, assuming Jerry lives another 15, which he probably will live forever. And then who knows? Maybe like Mark Cuban will buy the team.
Now that's
It'll be awesome.
perfect. That's a perfect swap, though. You said you got to get rid of the kids if they're having making money night. You know, Dave just watches the kids, and he explains the value of being a White Sox fan going through the
I
pain.
definitty trust Dave with my two kids.
Exactly.
I got nieces and nephews.
Like, do you still have them? Or
Yeah,
It's got a dog.
you got a dog? Oh, you have a dog?
I do.
You keep it alive?
I do.
That's awesome.
He's easy though. He kind of keeps himself alive. He's
What kind of dog is it?
a little pit bull mix.
Love a pit bull.
He's handsome. I want to bring him in here every now and then, but
Oh yeah, you're afraid of dogs? I forgot.
It's not true.
Dad's got this place wired with an electric fence.
It's not true.
He was like dog whistles
Not
going
true.
off, so they can't come in here.
Not untrue. All right, then. I think we're good.
Have you ever met my
Unless anyone
dog?
has anything else? I don't think I have, actually.
Can I bring him in tomorrow?
Just not an animal guy.
Me? No, I don't care. Oh, there he is. Yeah, Ace looks
Go,
good.
I don't care.
I don't think
he's
you'll
a
watch
handsome
him though,
dog.
and like we just got a lot. You know, I mean, bring him
It
in.
actually
I don't
looks
give a
like
fuck.
my best friend's dog. Like literally, she has a pit mix, and it looks just like that.
He's a super aesthetically pleasing dog, I think. He's very handsome.
Super.
Pull up the one
aesthetically
where he's
pleasing.
looking at, or he's got his back to the skyline.
How is he going to find that?
Because it's like I tweet it all the time. Yeah, there we go.
Wow, that was quick.
Yeah.
Wow.
How is he going to find that with not even a
He's
second?
got a great smile.
Get his ass, Dave.
No, he's quiet as a
saying.
mouse. He would like lay on one of those chairs right there and curl up and just lay there.
I love a good dog.
Shout out Rubble.
Is his name Rubble?
No, it's Ace.
White Sox ace.
They
White Sox ace.
they found him, and it was either 6 total or him and 6 other of his litter mates. They found him in an Ace Hardware dumpster in South Carolina, and he was the only one that survived.
Oh,
Damn, I never knew that.
Yeah, that's why the shelter named him Ace, and I didn't change it because I thought the story was
does
good.
that make you like him more?
Yeah, it does. I'll be honest.
Give him a little backstory, and that he likes dogs.
Yeah, I appreciate
good
that.
story.
That is
It's
a good story. It's a
yeah.
very good story. Shout out Ace. That's a fucking.
Some little kid taking the trash out, some 17-year-old or some shit, stumbled onto 6 dead dogs in Ace. In that,
Aw.
Yeah.
Eddie
In
likes his
that
dogs.
dumpster.
Eddie likes his dogs in the dumpster.
No.
yeah, it was probably Eddie that killed Ace's brothers and
Oh my
sisters.
god.
All right.
I complimented him for being resilient, and that's how you repay me. I should never say anything nice. All right, that's the show.
That's your best Masters hat that you've worn since coming back.
Really?
I was gonna say, is that
I got
new?
one more. Yeah, it's the first time I've worn it.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
That's a sweet hat.
Thank
it
you.
is.
First time.
First
time. I bought 3. All right, everybody. Megan, thank you for joining.
Thanks for having me,
You
guys.
can pop in all the time
that's
now
it.
that you're here.
Whenever y'all want me, I'm here.
We appreciate it. All right, everybody. Thanks for listening. We'll be back on Tuesday for the live show, and maybe we'll see you out at SailGP tomorrow. Go check it out.